Obviously, we've got some recording. We'll see if it we'll see if this works. Round the corner of Crescent Bay, between the piled up masses of broken rock, a flock of sheep came pattering. What does pattering actually mean? Say again. It's like running. What kind of running is pattering?
It's like a trot.
So compare it to running full on. It's like jogging. If the sheep are jogging, what's the feeling of the sheep?
Elegant.
Good. So you could say, what word type is pattering, by the way? If you're pattering. Oh, what word type? It's a doing word, so therefore it is a verb, okay? Now here it's interesting because it's came pattering means it's transitive, but we'll say the verb here suggests that the sheep are calm, perhaps even elegant. Nothing's chasing them. Okay. They were huddled together, a small tossing woolly mass, and their thin stick-like legs trotted along quickly as if the cold and the quiet had frightened them. Now you highlighted all of that because there's so many things you can say in there. Which of these words are the easiest to find connotations for, do you think? So flock of sheep. So what are the connotations of a flock of sheep? So say big there. Okay. What's easier to analyze? Connotations for the sheep. Flock of sheep or small? What are the connotations of small, for example? What is so little? What emotions to do with small? The sheep. Puny, weak, vulnerable. What does vulnerable mean to you?
Means that it's very easy to attack.
Good. As if the cold and the quiet had frightened them. If it's quiet, what's the kind of feelings about that? So lonely. Does that link to the sheep?
Worried, like probably because in case someone comes.
So maybe like the sheep are actually, do the sheep want to be isolated?
No, because they all huddled up together.
So that they don't want to be isolated. No? Behind them, an old sheepdog, his soaking paws covered with sand, ran along with his nose to the ground, but carelessly, as if thinking of something else. Now here's something. What are the connotations of carelessly? Think out loud, gentlemen. Let's play a game. Each of you says a word in turn. Okay. Teal, carelessly. Anything to do with carelessly, even the most basic possible one. Could be a phrase.
They don't care.
Linked to don't care or carelessly. CB, okay, thank you. DeAndre, how's that? Can't be bothered. Okay. DeAndre. Rough?
Not bothered. Not worried about it.
So like not worried. Like empty. Yes. Lastly, Teal.
Doesn't
Give to yourself. Yeah. So you need to have that line of thought. Could you analyse that word carelessly if we're looking at the sheep and the shepherd and his animals?
Yes.
Good, because it didn't say animals, it says carelessly. Now, look at the word soaking now. This is really important. What are the connotations of soaking? Start off with Callum.
Right. So cold.
Be really simple. If something's soaking, what's the feeling about being soaking? Dripping. Uncomfortable.
French. Lonely. Heavy.
Good. Oh, good.
Sorrowful.
Sorrowful. Well, did you notice the second time around the connotations we were coming up with? In the mind, if they're quite simple, then just keep on going. Just start with this, okay? What is more interesting to analyse? That he's careless or that he is soaking pores? What's easier to actually come with connotations for? What's a
soaking pores you can write more about?
Say again.
You can say more about.
Okay, so right now, gentlemen, which one? Okay, what's some connotations for careless and what's some connotations for soaking? What's some connotations of soaking? And depressed, lonely, sorrowful. Some connotations of careless. That
The one really.
it was things like can't be bothered, don't care. It's hard to come with connotations that don't just. So in some ways, careless is so precise. That's an amazing thing you've just learned there. If you can remember this, that's really helpful. Okay, so soaking pause will be there. Have we analysed the shepherd yet? No, so we need the shepherd. And then in the rocking gateway, the shepherd himself appeared. Hang on a minute. This sentence is going to be really helpful for us to analyse the actual sentence structure as well. How does that sentence start?
With an and.
With and. Do you normally start with an and in a sentence? What does it suggest? Now, what's actually happening in that sentence? The shepherd is he just appears, doesn't he? So if we start off with and, how does it suggest that the shepherd's appearing? Do we expect him to appear?
No.
No, so it's like mysterious, sudden, like something like that. Okay, something like that is all you need to say in terms of the sentence. Okay, gentlemen, we'll start off next lesson. Can we answer the question once? Can we again verbally say what we've said again ourselves? We can listen back to that answer as well, and we'll try and see if that part of it helps. And maybe we can probably combine this and this, because it's the listening to it that matters, isn't it? Boys, off you go.